let's discuss about the news of quantum supremacy. Let me put a news word here. This news came into air on October 23rd of last year, 2019, and this was a big news for all the quantum computing enthusiasts, and it was in fact one of the biggest news of 2019. So, what is quantum supremacy and who got the credit basically? Who got the credit is Google company led by the scientist John Martinez. He is a professor at University of California, Santa Barbara. Now, what was quantum supremacy news? The quantum supremacy news was that Google claimed to achieve it, and they claimed that they could solve a problem in a quantum computer named as Sycamore. Which can solve a problem which is otherwise unsolvable in classical computers. Okay. To be more precise, they told that a particular problem that would otherwise take 10,000 years. Okay. That would otherwise take 10,000 years in the best of classical computer. In the best of classical computer, for example, your supercomputers. Okay, even the supercomputers would take 10,000 years to solve that problem, and Google claimed that they have solved such a problem in their quantum computer and quantum computing processor known as Sycamore in just 200 seconds. And this is what they claim to achieve, and that's why they said that they have achieved quantum supremacy. By the way, this term of quantum supremacy was coined by John Preskill from Caltech, okay, few years back, and by that he had meant quantum supremacy to be something, such a remark in the history of quantum computers, where a quantum computer would be able to solve something which is otherwise not solvable at all in classical computers. But then the problem that Google solved was not that it is not capable of being done in classical computers, but then they would take 10,000 years. But still, 10,000 years is practically, as in it's quite big. So you could consider it like undoable by classical computers. And if that operation is done in 200 seconds, then it can be said as quantum supremacy. So this was Google's claim. Now, this news completely created a big research thrust kind of thing. Okay, this pushed every scientist towards the technology, every quantum scientist towards the technology. How, what, and why this could be achieved, and what is it that we are not having, and all those things. So this was a big. Many people call it as a hype as well. But nevertheless, Google's claim was kind of right. Okay. Then came IBM, who's also a leading company in the development of quantum computers, and they told that this problem that Google has claimed that it would be some 10,000 years in a classical computer to solve it, IBM claimed that this problem can be done in 2.5 days and not 10,000 years. So that was IBM's claim, that this problem which you are telling to be done in 10,000 years in classical computer, that we can do in supercomputers in 2.5 days. And then IBM kind of told that please do not create such hype that you have achieved quantum supremacy, and you have not achieved quantum supremacy. You have just solved a 2.5-day problem in a 200 seconds. So many people ask this thing whether Google was right or IBM was right. Nevertheless, just try to understand that even if, let's say that this problem is actually solvable in 2.5 days, still, if a 2.5-day problem can be done in 200 seconds, that too is a big advantage and a big feat that has been achieved by Google. So in that sense, at least this is very landmarking. And the best debate on, the best opinion or kind of the best reviews of quantum supremacy, you could also read, you could also obtain the best of explanations on quantum supremacy, what is right, what is wrong, what is exactly that Google achieved, whether it has the significance. You could read that thing from Scott Aronson. Scott Aronson is a genius and he's a pioneer in this era of quantum computing. He's at University of Texas, Austin, I guess. Okay, so, and he in fact reviewed the paper of quantum supremacy. So you please check Scott Aronson's explanation of this thing. And nevertheless, I must mention that after all this debate, all these claims, good claim or bad claim, whatever it is, many people told that this is a big news for sure, but let's not say it as quantum supremacy, as in supreme and we have achieved everything. No, let's name it as quantum advantage. So the terminology became a problem for many people, and then they started saying quantum advantage. And also there came terms like quantum volume and all, okay, which are sort of interesting things. So yeah, in 2019 this thing came, and this thing has given a huge boost to the entire community of quantum community scientists, and many people have obtained much more fund after Google published this news. Yeah, so that's a brief overview of quantum supremacy.